Welcome back, weirdos. We're in France again on our Strange Escapes at Sea adventure vlog, this time going to Paris. Not only are we going to see something incredibly iconic, but make no bones about it, we're going underground. Before we get too far, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, make sure you do that now. Thank you if you are, and hit that thumbs up button too. We weirdos took 2 large tour buses down the highways of France into the city of Paris. I personally had no idea exactly how crowded it was going to be, but the city is incredibly bustling, and of course, the iconic Eiffel Tower. There were tons of people, and thankfully, we could all see the same thing because all we had to do was look up. Guess where we are now? The Eiffel Tower. Oh my god. This is pretty astounding and pretty cool.
I want to put something in my stomach soon.
We're all starving. We just took a 3-hour bus drive from Le Havre to Paris, which is just the length of time it takes to get here. And then after the Eiffel Tower, we have, and some sort of patisserie, we have the Catacombs. There's so many of those. That's better thinking. This is just something, right? You hear about and see pictures and photos and video of this thing forever. And then to finally be standing practically under it is unreal. The lines, of course, to go up it are also really unreal. And we only had limited time, so we did what we could with that time. Just gonna do a whole circle of footage.
That's awesome.
Whoop.
That's a great view.
I did that wrong. I just ate my money.
No! Do you have to turn it way harder?
$1 coin first and then $2 coin. Oh!
Yes. Souvenir. Is it cool? Sweet. It looks much like that. So at this point we were starving. Oh, excuse me. So we looked around briefly, saw that everyone was sitting outside of cafes and eating, so we picked a direction and attempted to do the same. What we found was so worth it.
So we were eating at a little French bistro right next to the tower. Which is pretty epic, I must say.
When I say this is one of the finest meals I've ever eaten, I specifically remember foods that I have eaten in my life because I find it that important. But I think all 3 of us were just stunned by how absolutely exquisite every course of the meal was. So Ryan tried ceviche for the first time, which is raw fish acidized within lemon juice or different spices. Or you can ask Ryan what he thought of the ceviche himself. And probably the best chocolate mousse I'll ever eat in my life. I'm just saying. But then it was time to leave the sunlight behind and head to something that all of us, even more so than the Eiffel Tower, even more so than chocolate mousse, had been dying, pun intended, to see in person. The Catacombs of Paris. The French capital has had 2 centuries of the morbidly curious climbing down stair after stair into the tunnels of an ossuary, full of the remains of millions of former Parisians. In the portion of the catacombs that's open to the public, the length of tunnel is about 1 mile, and within that 1 mile is nearly 6 million corpses, neatly stacked, artfully arranged, and facing outward to stare directly back at you, the visitor. After a lot of disease caused by the cemeteries in Paris in the late 1700s, it was determined that the cemeteries needed to be removed and the remains were stacked underground. There's different stone tablets labeling the bone sections as to which cemeteries those particular remains came from. To the catacombs It is artful and philosophical and dreadful and taboo, and it really forces you to face not just millions of others, but yourself. For me personally, I felt not only like I wasn't alone within the crowd of people around me, some friends, some other tourists, but it felt like I was being stared at from every wall and every crevice of those tunnels. I don't know what that feeling would even be described as. I don't know how to claim that as something that I could even articulate as relatable, but it felt like, just for the simplest of terms, like being watched constantly.
Yeah, your apology gets to happen. You're pretty good.
Find one that was similar to him.
I don't know, maybe it's just knowing that you're in the presence of formerly millions of people and there are no barriers between you and them, their bones and your flesh. And there's something about that that inspires too many feelings to even put into words.
It's incredible how heavy this feels down here, even though these people have been long deceased. It's just something weird I've never felt before. It's kind of dark, guys, but what do you expect in a catacomb? My oh my. Whose idea was this again?
This was not our idea, but it was part of the trip, so I'm very pleased for that.
I mean, to make this place?
Oh, the French.
Well, they're kind of morbid.
Another delightful aspect to the catacombs are the artfully inscribed poems on some of the tablets that adorn the walls. Let me read you one. What enclosures have opened? What narrow spaces occupy between these walls the dust of races? It is in these places of forgetting and among these tombs that time and death come to cross their falsehoods, that the dead are piled and pressured under the earth. The numbers here are nothing. The crowd is alone. I think when it comes to touring the Paris catacombs, each person comes away with their own individualized experience, because it really comes down to the thoughts in your own mind and how you perceive and take in the stunning surroundings you find yourself within. So many people.
It's more than I thought it was.
It's just so.
It's stacked all the way to the back.
Yeah.
They use the femurs to hold all the other bones back.
Yeah. There is cement keeping things in place here.
Hey guys, well,
We're in it. We're in the catacombs.
we tried to film as much as we could for you and take you around a little bit, but you really should come see it yourselves, because
This is something if you can get here, you know you need to get here. There are so many people in here. And when I say people, I mean the bones of people.
yep,
Stunningly packed full. and perfectly organized, perfectly arranged. Who knew a femur could really keep a wall together? I mean, you see it in photos, but to see it in person is just, it's pretty stunning. It's very stunning.
I would love to spend a whole lot more time down here if I could, like all night. Wouldn't that be great?
Put a cot down here. I mean, it's nice.
Some equipment and see what happens. But
It's interesting. Let's keep going.
let's see what else there is.
Endless amounts of things. I got footage of you walking through a tunnel.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Holy moly.
I did find out when we're supposed to be back to the bus.
It was at this point after the Catacombs visit we said goodbye to many and got back on the big old tour bus to head back to the ship for our last night. And I think after such a visit to a place as the Catacombs, we were all very reinvigorated to be alive, simply alive. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Just trying to pack up all of the stuff.
Guess who's already packed? Hold it up. Let us see it.
Chateau Cantenac. This is the Madame edition. It's her favorite.
It's very nice. I liked that one
The
best.
matriarch.
This is our last night on the boat. We said goodbye to Amanda Paulson. The boat is in fact moving. We lost some money at the casino and fuck it.
Oh, I got some back.
Ryan got some back. I dropped 60. He's like a fucking stone. He's paused his packing. I do not know why, but I've been done first.
It was really cool to get to see some of these places, but it was just a taste. Another awesome experience. It was great to be able to hang out with some of our friends, and Greg and Dana Newkirk in particular, and Aaron Sagers as well, and Amy and Adam. It's always a treat. Just can't believe it's over, and we got a little bit more in England, and some special people are going to be on this channel that I can't believe we're going to be together. Really did our best to document as much as we could on this, and hopefully it turns out decent. Thanks, guys.
And we'll see you when we get off, and we're back in Southampton.
Ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Palms up. Bring them together. On the inside, grab both by the shoulder. Flip up your collar. Like so. Get it nice and flipped up all the way around. Don't screw this part up or you will have a wrinkle.
Oh.
Now grab it by the collar up top. Twist and pull. Twist and pull. Line up the lapels and then push. Push between them. Damn it. That didn't work at all.
Oh.
Or did it? Actually, that is correct. Seemed to be more full than I was before, but I put souvenirs in here as well.
Yeah, I put mine in the backpack. Thank you guys for watching. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you haven't. Hit the thumbs up and leave a comment. And get ready. The next Strange Escapes at Sea vlog is on land, and it is the final chapter in London. Stay weird.